Hi. Well, it's Christmas time again, and you know what we're doing this morning? We're going to have a Christmas tree decorating party. We're talking Mr. Dressup. Hit it. It was 1989. The Calgary Flames won their first and only Stanley Cup. The Tragically Hip released their Up to Here album, and Mr. Dressup and friends made homemade decorations for his Christmas tree. I'm your host, Jerry D, with another episode of Totally Rad Christmas, the podcast that talks all things Christmas in the 80s. Toys, movies, specials, music, and fads. If it was gnarly during Christmas in the 80s, we got it covered. Now, joining me is a Totally Rad Christmas all-star, ratty winner, and one of the best dudes I know from Rose Such a Gladder. It's CJ Bélanger. CJ, what's happening? Was that better? I'm trying, man, but
you stick the landing every time. Is it the correct one? Maybe not, but I'll never say it. How are you, man? How's everything?
I'm good. I'm a little tired, but yeah, I'm good. We had a crazy Saturday. We left the house at like 7:30 a.m. and didn't get home till like 10:30 p.m.
Oh
So
my God, that sounds terrible.
it was ridiculously packed, and we spent the evening and afternoon with some good friends. So that was good, but also we were there for like 7 hours, man. That's a
Oh man.
long time.
Yeah,
So
that's a long time to spend with friends. Hopefully there was a little bit of alcohol involved.
just a little, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
And then
good, man.
fireworks at the end, so it was great. But
Fireworks always help, but yeah, no, I'm doing good, man. Just had my girls. I have twin girls, so they just graduated grade 8, and that was interesting. So they'll be going into high school. I don't know if you guys have the same structure there. I know you have like junior high or some
Mhm.
stuff like that. Or how does it work?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they're in grade
After
8 going
same,
into grade 9, so
yeah,
I don't know how that really works. So anyway,
yeah. That's the
they'll
same
be
here. Yeah.
14 next month. So
God, God. My oldest just turned 13. She's going to go into eighth grade.
yeah,
And yeah, already like the high school, the band, the tracks and all that, they're already like scouting the junior
yeah,
highs to like, all right,
that's a big thing out there, eh? Band and all that stuff for the teams and all that stuff. We
yeah,
don't deal
it's
with that
huge.
here now,
It's ridiculous how crazy it gets.
especially out in Texas.
But also like I feel, I mean, I've known you what now for like 4 or 5 years,
5 years,
and
yeah.
and I
No,
feel
longer. It's gotta
uh
be, it's gotta be 2019, 2018, isn't it? No,
well,
I
I
feel like
started my show 2020. I think you were a guest in second season when we
I feel like
covered Dolly.
I feel like I've known you longer then
It
because
does feel, it does
I
feel,
feel
yeah.
like we just met at COVID, I guess. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, it was around there. But like I don't think of your girls as that old. Like same thing with my kids. They were tiny. What happened?
I know I think about it all the time, and I have, so what I do is I digitize a lot of our stuff. Like we have pictures obviously, but a lot of pictures are online now or through the
Right.
cloud. So I do have external hard drives that I have that have all the family albums all organized, and
That's cool.
they can just plug into the TV and you can go through your, little HDMI USB outlet, and I'll look at these pictures and I'm just like, how I can't stand when people talk about time, and like, I mean, time is relative, right? It is what it
Right.
is. It
Yeah,
goes
for
where
sure.
it
Yeah.
goes, but it does feel like it. I feel like as we got older, it speeds up, because when we were young, 10 years was an eternity. Now that we're older,
Yes.
10 years feels like 10 months.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
that age gap from like, 7 to 17 felt like an eternity. But then from 7 to 20 or 17 to 27 felt like just like a flash of lightning. It's unreal. And it only gets faster. So that's
Yeah,
what
that's what I've heard from everybody that's older than me. They're like, just wait. Once you turn like 50, like you
yeah.
look up and all of a sudden you're 70. It's like, whoa, okay, well, don't tell me
Let's
that.
see, let's see if I can get
Don't
there
tell me
first.
that.
Let me get to 50, and then we can start talking about the 70.
That's right. That's right.
Holy
Baby steps.
geez.
Let's go baby steps here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
speaking of nostalgia, we're here to talk about Mr. Dressup. Now, before we do that, just like Carol Kane did to Bill Murray and Scrooged, I want you to hit me with the toaster. So I'm going to ask you some questions and just hit me with the first answer you can think of. Okay, you don't have to think too hard about it. So Here we go. If you could dress up as a Christmas character, because Mr. Dressup was all about getting into costume and character. If you could dress up as a Christmas character, who would it be?
The first one that comes to mind, just because I would love to have the total 180 turn from evil to good, is probably, Ebenezer Scrooge. I don't know why. I think
Oh, nice.
the outfit, what was Scrooge, the 1920s, it was probably
The movie or the book was from the 1800s.
okay, so let's say the 1800s. You know more than me. I would love to get in that kind of get up and,
Yeah.
act, and that would be fun. If it wasn't him, I'd probably choose something like, I don't know, Tim Allen's Santa Claus or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you though, like his beard and his, I don't know, suit, I guess, is like super high quality. Every time I
His,
see it, it's like, wow, like the detail on it, like
every
that would
time
be
I see
cool.
his suit, like you,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's amazing. It has those little, I don't know what the symbols or designs on them. I don't know what they are. I've never looked close enough, but
Yeah.
it's so cool. Like, I love his outfit. There's so many things I'd like to be, but it'd probably be Ebenezer Scrooge. I'd love to dress up as him and go to one of these, Dickens parties they have, these Dickens fairs that I hear our buddy at Christmas Past talk about.
There, yeah, I've never been. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'll just have to take his word for it.
And I could tell you and I, if we went to something like that, we would just dive in head first and be like, "Huzzah! Dilly dilly!" Just like,
Totally, totally. Yeah, yeah. Bah. I would just
bah
love to say,
humbug.
just love to say bah. Oh, like
Yeah,
nobody,
pretty
we
much.
don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. If you could make a homemade ornament for a Christmas tree, what would you make?
Oh geez, you know what? I'm decent with woodwork and I love trains, so
Really?
it'd be a wooden train, maybe a wooden little, a nice wooden tribute to the main locomotive on the Polar Express. That would be really cool. That's something I would love to do. So yeah, something wooden, something wood, maybe like a train,
I didn't
or
know that. That's cool, man.
yeah, or else if it wasn't that, some kind of decorative angel using fabric that's been in my family for a long time. Let's say you had an outfit from an old grandmother, or,
Hmm.
a dress from, like, let's say my daughter's christening dress, do like an angel made of that or something, just so it has some prominence so I can look at it and know where it came from. Something like that. That would probably be
See,
it.
you're way more creative than I am, or way more crafty or something, because all I could come up with was like I would just make like little stars of Bethlehem with like pipe cleaners and beads.
Yeah. You're perpetually stuck in grade one. It's
Pretty
okay.
much. That's why I do
Just
a
give me
show about
some
the 80s.
macaroni and I'm gonna make a cross. That
And
works.
finally, let's say you're having Christmas with Mr. Dressup and his friends. What dessert are you going to bring?
Oh, geez. They already have the cookies covered to on this day, on this special.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you know what? I would love to see Mr. Dressup catch a buzz, so I'm bringing the spiked eggnog.
I bet he's a lot of fun when he's
Oh, I bet. And all the little Muppets too. The puppets, that would be fun.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's just a way for our listeners to get to know you better. So thank you for that.
No
Now,
worries.
like I said, tonight we're here to talk about Mr. Dress Up. What do you remember? Like, what's your history or experience with Mr. Dress Up?
Oh man, it's Canadiana. It's nostalgia. I don't think you guys got it out there, did you?
We didn't know. Not
No,
at
this
all.
guy is it's funny. He's originally from Maine.
Yeah.
He's not even Canadian. I think he became a Canadian citizen in 92, so he was still kind of on a work visa.
Oh,
But I
wow.
didn't know that at the time, but you can tell by his accent he's not Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
He doesn't have
it was
for sure.
Canadiana. Like, if you were a young kid, you were watching Mr. Rogers, but he was also good friends with Mr. Rogers. So he's kind of like
Yes.
a protege. And watching him growing up, like, he had the chest, he had all the puppets, like it just felt like a warm hug, a warm blanket every time he came on. There was something new happening. He felt homely. So even when I was young, it wasn't always the best home environment, but when you watch Mr. Dress Up, you were zapped into that world, right? So
Hmm.
man, every time I watch it, even the music of it is so nostalgic. I just anytime I think about it, I think of just happy thoughts and maybe even being babysat by, I had a babysitter and her name was Alice. She was a mean old lady, but she was nice to me most of the time. But I'd watch it there and I guess she had a crush on him or something. She'd always call him that handsome man. So, so I think of that and I just think of being a kid. And I remember even when you were supposed to pretend you outgrew it and you go to school, like, oh, well, I don't watch that
Yeah,
stuff
that's for
anymore, but I
babies. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely did. Like if it
yeah.
was on TV, I was watching that well into my like 11, 10, 12,
Yeah.
13-year-old days for sure. Like it's Canadiana, man. And I feel sorry for anybody that didn't get to watch it growing up because it was wholesome television that you just don't
Hmm.
find anymore.
Yeah, we didn't get it down here, but there was enough about it that I recognized from things like Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
that was like, oh, I get it. So as I was watching the special, I was getting like nostalgia as well,
Yeah.
just because it was like very close. Of course, there was a lot of differences too, but it was the same kind of vibe. It was encouraging. It was, everybody's just you're okay and it's cool and just be you and it was neat. It was really encouraging is the best word I can think of because
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he did, right? I mean, he was
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers' assistant puppeteer, and then Mr. Rogers, when he went back to America, was like, "No, you should stay and like work on this show that you created. It's a great
Yeah.
show," and which is called Butternut Square. I'd never heard of, but from there he went on to do Mr. Dressup, and this show ran
Yeah.
from like 67 all the way to 96, like almost 30 years.
Yeah, he was a part. He was a staple in most Canadian households for a long, long time,
Hmm.
from my parents up into me, and then it kind of ended in my generation. But Mr. Dress Up, if you ask anybody in Canada about him, they'll meet you with a smile and a good story. There's nobody ever that I heard of had a bad thing to say about Mr. Dress Up in any
Yeah,
type of interview or anybody growing up watching it. And a lot of Americans call him a Mr. Rogers ripoff, and maybe so, but they both
I
had
don't
their
think
own
so.
they had their own unique qualities. There was
Yeah.
differences there, and they served they served a big purpose for children.
Hmm.
And he did a lot of community work. He did a lot for charities. He did a lot for a lot of people, and there's not enough people like that in this world. And I wish there was more Mr. Rogers. I wish there was more Mr. Dress Ups. And I
Agreed.
guess we're in a different time now where it's a TikTok age, but I don't think we'll ever
Yeah.
get some kind of show like that ever again.
It's
you
all
know,
Mr. Beast now.
hey, it's a different world.
Yeah. No, but I mean, he seems like he was just a good dude. Like based on everything I've read about him, you were talking about some of the stuff he did, and then it was a real shame because about 5 years after the show ended, he had a stroke and then passed away.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why you said you like our generation, it kind of ended with that. I mean, literally because
Yeah.
he died, unfortunately.
And even sadder, it was in 92. His wife was very involved as well with what he did and helping him with helping make puppets, things like that.
Yeah.
And she was just walking down Yonge Street in Toronto, and a driver had a seizure at the wheel and hit her
Oh
and killed
no.
her. So he continued on 4 years without her, but he was getting older, and it was such when Mr. Rogers passed away, it was a somber day. It was a somber day everywhere, but especially in Canada. For
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Now, he does have an actual Christmas special from like 1996,
Yeah.
which maybe we'll do as a bonus episode someday.
We have to do it. It doesn't always have to be 80s, Jer. Come
Yeah.
on. It could be
I
it
mean,
could be
that's,
people from the 80s. Let's extend this.
yeah, like I said, we'll do it as a bonus episode. It's all good.
Absolutely.
The episode we're talking about tonight, because this guy had over 4,000 episodes.
Yeah.
So trying to like categorize and figure out when these things are from, best I could do is narrow it down to about 1989. So that's literally just the best I could do.
Yeah.
It was just a cozy episode. I gotta say, I got a Christmas feels and
Mhm.
everything from this. As I say on Tis a Podcast, like I got all the Christmas feels.
Yeah.
But I do have a little bit of information that I want to share first of all. So
Sure.
it was produced by Daniel McCarthy. He was a producer and programmer for CBC, on which it aired, but he ended up doing Canadian Sesame Street, and then which became Sesame Park. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I did
Uh,
not.
yeah, the puppets were done by Judith Lawrence, like you mentioned, Casey Finnegan, Alligator Alan, Auntie Bird, and then Truffles, who does make an appearance in this. I don't know if you'll recognize this name, Nina Keogh. Played Truffles,
No.
the puppet. She was Muffy the Mouse from today's special that you and I covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's
Isn't that
cool. I like that.
Yeah. We also got Allison Court was the older girl in this one, Allison.
I know a lot about her. Are you going to
Yeah.
hit me with some facts about her?
Yeah, well, she was Jubilee from the X-Men
She
cartoon.
was, absolutely.
Not that young Jubilee, ex-woman supreme, couldn't have handled it anyway. I am too slick.
And she was Lydia in Beetlejuice, which I didn't,
She
the Beetlejuice
was.
cartoon.
Absolutely. You know what else she was?
What else?
You guys never had this in the United States. You ever heard of the big comfy couch?
I've heard of it actually, yeah.
So she was Lunette so she was a clown and she had Molly. That was her little plush toy, and it's a big thing in Canada, man. The big comfy couch was Canadian iconic goodness, man. So
Wow.
it's not from the 80s. So
Yeah.
we'll never be able to cover it. Maybe a bonus episode, but
I'll
Big
do
Comfy
bonus episodes,
Couch
yeah.
is Canadian lore. So she was, yes, she was in Beetlejuice. Yes, she did voice Jubilee. But if you ask any Canadian where they know Allison Court from, they are going to say the Big Comfy Couch.
But she's done like a ton of stuff.
She has.
She did voices for like Care Bears, My Pet Monster, the new Archie's,
Yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids. I was
Yeah.
like check, 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 check. I know these.
She
I know all
also
of
did a
these.
lot of in gaming, I think, for a lot of the Resident Evil stuff. I
She was
remember
Resident
seeing.
Evil, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she did a lot there. Like she's done a lot, and she's only 51. So, I'm not saying only, I'm old too, but she did a lot in her time. She's Canadian. She's a Canadian icon. She's known
Yeah.
very well here. And a lot of things people didn't know, like Beetlejuice was huge.
Yeah, oh, big time. Yeah. Like
I know
remember
it was
watching
here.
the cartoon.
I don't know if it was in the States, but man, cartoon Beetlejuice, the movies I loved, and I loved the cartoon.
the cartoon,
And I didn't
yeah.
know that she voiced Liddy up until probably like 6 months ago. I think I read it randomly. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know this.
from the couch. What?
Yeah, like, okay, so
Lunette?
Big Comfy Couch was
That's
more
funny.
my brother's era because he's about 10 years younger than me.
Oh,
So
I
she would-
gotcha.
So I'd be watching it with him as like, a 13, 14-year-old. And she had this part in every show where like she would lay down and there was a clock behind her and it would be an aerial view of her. And she'd start doing stretches with her legs and going to different points to tell you the time of the clock. And as a teenager, I'm
Yeah.
like, hold on a second.
I know where this is going.
I'm getting real. I'm getting confused right now because I'm not supposed to be enjoying this.
Like, wait a
But she is
second.
doing some crazy stretches, and I'm like going through puberty. What's going on? So, like, Allison
That's
Court
amazing.
always had a crush on as well. I'm gonna after we're done recording this, I'm gonna send you one of the stretches. And she was completely of age at the
I
time.
might
Don't get
slice one in right now.
yeah, she was in her 20s when she filmed it. But anyway, it was very confusing for a young, teen.
I can imagine. I definitely can imagine because she was a cute little girl in this, So if you were the same age, I definitely get it.
Yeah.
And then the other little girl, Hassani Clark, her IMDb, the only thing it has was that she played Girl in a show called Ready or Not from 1993. That's all. So I don't really
That's
know.
another piece of Canadian history. Ready or Not was a fantastic show. I think it ran for about 5 years.
Yeah, it was something like
Busy, and I don't remember the other girl's name. Anyway, it was a great TV show. I didn't recognize this girl from anywhere. So
yeah, I didn't either.
yeah. Ready or Not's fantastic though.
Well, let's dive in and we'll talk all about Mr. Dressup and Allison Court and everybody. So it starts off where he's in a coat and scarf and he's just outside. He's telling us about the tree trimming party. And I like how you can tell it's not cold at all because he even says like he kind of almost has a little mess up where he says something like it's kind of warm. But then he says, well, not warm, it's sunny. Because
Yeah.
the whole time he's like pretending to shiver.
Yeah. I love the way that he explains it too. Like he was always good for, kind of helping you picture something. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
the cold snow crunching under my feet. And I was like, yeah, this is the Mr. Dressup I grew up loving.
Yeah.
I love it outside today. It's warm, well, not really warm, but sunny anyway. And you can feel the snow crunching under your feet as you walk.
So that's the whole plot basically is that all these friends are coming over and everyone made a homemade ornament to put on his tree.
Yeah.
And like that's it. And all of a sudden Allison comes in and she says she's going to make some Christmas cookies and she's
Yeah.
got her purple coat with the pink hat and gloves and he's like, "Yeah, all right, go ahead."
Yeah.
And I love how his Sani comes in and she's got her red coat and she's got her decorations that she wants to keep a surprise. And she says she wants to help. And right away he's like, well, you could shovel some snow. And
I got so many jokes I want to make, but it will not.
yeah, I I hate to say it, but some of those might have come to mind as well. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You go shovel snow. But yeah. And okay, so with these cookies, these are what Christmas cookies, these are how I remember them with, like the colored sugar and
Yes.
all that stuff. And I don't know, you're probably going to get into that, so I'll let you do that.
Yeah, but you're right. They're like basic sugar cookies, but they have like the sugar sprinkles that they pour on it, and it
Yeah.
looks like I don't know, but it looks like they're melted cherries or something.
Okay, so you guys have they're maraschino cherries. You guys have that there?
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay, maraschino.
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
think it is. I should double check because I don't know if it is. Maybe it's someone could be listening and being like, this guy is so stupid. That's not what it is. That's what it looked like to me. But I know I've had them on Christmas cookies before. They could be something totally different, but they look like maraschino cherries.
Yeah, they
and
definitely
like
look like cherries.
dried or something. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to hit me up on Instagram and call me stupid. It's fine. I
Don't
love it.
don't call him stupid. You can write to me and I'll
And he'll
it'll
call
be
me
all right.
stupid.
No, I will do that. So he goes inside and I like how, like you mentioned, the describing, he talks about the house is nice and warm, the smell of the Christmas cookies. Like he's just
Yes.
really getting into everything. And I honestly, I felt like I was there. Like
Yeah.
it reminded me of when I come home from work sometimes and Tiff's made cookies and
Yeah.
it's just great. And he talks about the smell of the tree.
Yeah.
He loves the smell of trees.
You know what's
Ah.
funny? I kind of had the same feeling you did watching this because I feel like I've been so busy since Christmas.
Mhm.
This was the first time I really got to like sit down and really kind of involve myself because I do watch Christmas movies, but they're like background noise sometimes if
Right.
I'm falling asleep just for comfort.
Yeah.
But this one I was watching and it was like the first time this year where I'm like, okay, like we're over halfway there. Like
That's
Christmas
right,
is
that's
coming.
right.
And when they were singing like "Oh Christmas Tree" and all that, and they were singing while doing cookies, I was singing along. I get that's how I am. And I was like, okay, I'm in the Christmas spirit, just like you said, man. I felt the same way.
Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches.
Yeah, I might have sung along to some of these as well.
Yeah.
My son was watching it with me, and he was singing as well. So
Does he ever ask you, Dad, why is the quality of these videos so crap?
Yes,
This
yes,
one was
he
not
does.
great, but it was 89. So
He does. This one felt like someone had just recorded it and then tried to clean it up, but
yeah,
like didn't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they cut the commercials out, and that's about it.
keep the commercials in sometimes, man. I love that old stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I love how, just like Mr. Rogers, he gets inside, he takes off his boots and he puts on slippers. He
Yeah.
puts like these shoes are just for walking indoors and they're
Yeah.
comfy. And it's like, oh man, I want some slippers like that. I don't have good slippers.
you know what? I've never been a slipper guy.
I never really have either, but my
Yeah.
wife got my kids into them. And
Yeah.
they bought me some like 3 or 4 years ago, and I thought, man, these are cool. But I made the mistake of wearing them outside to take the
Yeah.
trash out, and then they were ruined after that. Like,
And then they were just outside slippers, probably.
well, no, like they literally just started falling apart, and I thought, well, like okay, maybe I'll get some good quality slippers next time.
You know what? Maybe for
I
when
love
I
you, baby.
turn,
I'm sorry, I love the slippers.
maybe when I turn 40, I'm going to start being a slipper guy.
That's right. Yeah,
That's what
the
I'm going to
time.
ask for my 40th birthday. Give me some comfortable house slippers.
Yeah, but only if there's Christmas cookies in the background.
Absolutely. They need to smell like cookies too.
That's right. So there's a tree in the corner. It's already got like some baubles and ornaments and bells on it. And this is where we get our first puppet. He talks to Casey, who I guess said he was like been tidying up the den, and he finds a peppermint, like a peppermint garland. It looks like they're
Yeah.
plastic or wood,
Yeah.
like just garland. And Mr. Dressup puts it around the tree.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome. I love the garland. I want that garland, but also I felt like It wasn't long enough, man. You needed a longer.
No, yeah. What the hell? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
is this? It's not long enough. It's not big enough. It doesn't
No,
make any
like not
sense.
at all. He covered like a quarter of the tree. That's it.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here, man? This is so unprofessional. And it was
Well,
nice if it was bigger.
yeah, well, like you said, Christmas is tacky and everything. So
Yeah, like I feel that, man. Even that tree was super tacky, but that was 1989, man.
yeah, that's true. But this is where Casey and Mr. Dressup sing "Oh Christmas Tree," which
Yeah.
I mean was perfect. And he smells the cookies, so he goes to check the tree to make sure there's homemade ornaments, and then he starts singing "Deck the Halls."
Yeah.
Hassani comes in and starts singing with him.
And I love all the other decorations we have. Around the doorways, we've got evergreens and boughs of holly. Just pretty. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la.
And she hangs her decorations. It was her and I think it was Casey's. It was Truffle, I think. It was the little reindeer. I don't remember whose it was. I wrote it down and I can't find it in my notes here. But it was the little pipe cleaner reindeer, and he puts it on the tree.
It was hideous. You could say it. It was hideous.
It was.
Are you going to say you liked it? Because I was
No,
hideous.
I was not. It reminded me of. Did you ever watch that Nate Bargatze Christmas special from like a year or two ago?
No, maybe.
Okay. So there's a part where he comes out and he's playing like the angel that's like celebrating when Jesus is born, and he's talking to like Mary and Joseph, and he says,
And God commands the pine trees shall be decorated with glittering glass ornaments of incredible beauty. Also with garbage that your children make at school.
it kind of reminded me of that.
I still, you know what? The garbage ornaments from school, they carry a special place on.
They're the best, but they're terrible, but they're the best. I love them.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Man, I used to have. So when it was with a pipe cleaner. So
Mhm.
it was a green pipe cleaner that held them together, and it was like a bell. It was two bells, and the bells each end, like on the bottom, were dipped in glitter. And I have no idea. I have no idea where that ornament is now, but we used to put it up every year, but I don't know where my mom put it. So it's probably lost forever, which is upsetting, but it is what it is.
I hope not.
Me too.
The cool thing is you might find it later on, you know.
I would hope so, but I don't know. My mom said she's given me most of the Christmas stuff. I'm more of the collector now, where she knows if she gives me something Christmas, it's going to be taken care of, and I'm going to, monitor it. So I think I've received everything, unless she finds it one day, and that would be great. But why? It must have been accidentally thrown out or just lost in a move.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does happen too. Several of ours accidentally got thrown. So
accidentally. Huh?
That's what I have to tell myself to make myself feel better. It was they didn't mean to. Yeah, sure, it was construction paper with glitter and glue, but come on.
But trust me, as a fellow dad and Christmas lover, I get how much it hurts your heart.
Yeah, for real.
You'll never let it down. But sorry for derailing us again.
That's okay. No, it's great. I actually like talking about that more. But Hassani had made like a little pine cone person that I guess he'd shown her how to make in one of the previous episodes. So she makes it with Christmas colors, and they head to the kitchen where Allison and Casey are making the cookies. And this is where he talks about she's putting like the cherries that we were talking about on the tree.
Yeah.
And I like how Casey's just like, oh yeah, this one looks like a big old blob on the tree.
It's honesty, at least.
Yeah, hey, might as well be honest, right?
This is the one that you made. It turned out really nicely.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's the Christmas tree. It's got a big sort of a blob on it. But I like
very
it.
nice.
Yes, I think it's pretty good.
But they're all shaped beautifully. There's like Christmas trees and bells and stars and like just real cool Christmas cookies.
Let me ask you, because you're the one always asking questions. What was your favorite cutout as far as like cookies? Did you prefer the bell? Did you prefer the tree, the snowman, the gingerbread? What was it?
So my favorite was, but it depended on the mold because we had two different cutters that it was hard to tell. One of them was kind of hard to tell unless you knew what it was. The other one you could really tell. It was a Santa. It was like Santa with the beard and the hat. But if you didn't do it right, it kind of was like the blob they were talking about. Where it's like, that might be Santa, but I'm not sure. The
Yeah.
other one you could really tell. It had like nice, sharp, curved beard, and the hat was like separate, so you could tell it was a hat.
It also depends how it cooks too, right? I
Well,
guess.
that's
Or
right.
bakes.
If you put too much or too little baking powder or baking soda, whichever one, then it just kind of spreads out. You're like, well, there
Yeah.
goes that. So, what about you?
I was always a big fan of the tree. I'd
The
try to
tree,
get it.
yeah.
I'd cover it with some green icing and then put the ornaments on it and stuff like that. So normally the tree, because that's
Nice.
what you could put the most frosting on. And my
It's
and my
true.
fat diabetic was like, yeah, I'm about to down this sugar. Just like I was doing it, man. So
true.
that was me
It's
as
so
a
true.
kid.
Did
Like
you use
the most icing I could get on something is the one I liked the most because it would just give me a sugar rush.
Well, that was the
and
best
then
part, right? I mean, that's
spike
just,
my insulin.
did you use like the little cinnamon candies or like M&Ms or Skittles, or what'd you use for the ornaments?
Oh, it all depends. So we have like a chocolate called Smarties here. I don't think
Oh
you guys
yeah, Smarties.
do you
Okay.
have it in the States?
We
I didn't
do.
know-
Yeah. We have
Really? I
Smarties.
didn't know if you did because I thought it was like a Canadian thing. So sometimes Smarties would work. And if we didn't have that, sometimes I would just use the different colored frosting to add little globs, like a
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'd use that or like whatever we had. We sometimes to make like a nice glitter, we'd use nerds. You guys have nerds, right?
We do have nerds, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
they were like
love
different
nerds.
colored ones at the time, and I just like put it all over it.
It's another
Yes.
pure sugar thing that was awesome.
Hell yeah, why not? When we're young and undefeated, it's all sugar, and then
That's right. Now it's like I gotta
your
be
mid
careful.
30s hit, and they're like, "Hey, bud, you're pre-diabetic." It's like,
Hey, I'm mid 40s already, so now it's like I really gotta
Oh.
watch out for my sugar.
Oh, dude, don't worry, I'm already type 2 diabetic. I've already crossed the threshold.
Oh man. So Allison uses pipe cleaners to make ornaments of the cookies, which I thought was a good idea, but also a terrible idea. I was like down here, like if you're not careful, you'll get ants or flies or something
yeah.
is gonna come and try to eat these things. So
Yeah, that's the parent in you, I think. Like, I
Yeah,
was thinking the
totally.
same thing. I'm like, I don't think so. You're gonna get a bunch of ants in your tree, and
that's right.
it's not gonna be a good look.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good idea. And she said the bells remind her of the Windows like displays, and I totally got that. And then she sings Silver Bells, and she does a good job singing Silver Bells.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, greeting smile after smile. And on every street corner, you hear.
Yeah, that was I love singing that one. It's so funny. I only know like the first words of like all of these
Yeah.
songs. Like I just know "Oh Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches." The rest is like da 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 da.
Did you watch Ernest Saves Christmas?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Well, does he just say "Oh Christmas Tree" over and over again?
Yeah, pretty much. That's me. Like if you've ever watched it's not like a great Christmas hit, but it's the one with James Gandolfini and he's in it. It's called
Oh,
Surviving
yeah.
Christmas. He's
The
with
one with
Catherine
the-
O'Hara and what's
Ben
his name?
Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And they're both singing it, and neither of them are trying to figure out the words. And then he's telling them the words, and it's incorrect anyway. And it's like, that's an underrated Christmas movie. I'm sorry.
James Gandolfini, rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
So we get the puppets, Aunt Bird and Alligator Al, when they're
Yeah.
talking with Mr. Dressup. They bring over their ornaments. She brings like this really ornate, intricate like plate with cotton balls glued on. She said it's like a snowbird, like a heron or something. And he
Yeah,
puts it like right at the top of the tree. It looked pretty cool.
it looked cool. I've never seen that really. Like I don't know where that comes from, to be honest. Or maybe
Yeah,
I'm just very weird. I don't know.
No,
If
I've
it's-
never seen that
If
either.
it's a Canadian thing, I don't know about it. Could be an out east deal. You know what I
And
mean?
I like how Alligator Al brought what he said was a magic Christmas elf that if you're not listening, or if you're not paying attention, he's gonna like ring your bells. So they hang him like right next to some bells.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I never would have noticed this because my son didn't notice it, so I know it's true. But later on, when spoiler alert, when the puppet actually rings the bells, you can see the stick at the bottom.
Yeah. The wonders of 1989 television
Heck
in
yeah.
Canada. using that solid Canadian birchwood.
Hey, it's television budget.
Absolutely.
That'll ring all the bells on your Christmas tree.
Oh, I see it.
Really? Really? Magic? Sure, yeah. When everything's quiet around here, suddenly you'll hear tinkling, 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 tinkling.
Amazing.
And that'll be that little elf hitting away on those bells.
Well, in that case, I suppose I should put it right down quite close
Yeah,
to the
close
bells.
to the
then.
bells, yeah. Yeah, you'll be amazed at that one.
But Mr. Dressup realizes he forgot to make one, so he decides he's going to make a paper snowflake, and he and Truffles are there, and he folds the paper up and cuts the snowflakes. And I remember making these in school. Like
Yeah.
these were standard, I think.
These were the most fun you can have because every design could be different and it would
so
always
different.
turn out so cool.
Yeah.
It's like snowflakes. They say every snowflake's different. Every time you
Mhm.
can cut out different designs and make it look a different way. This was the coolest thing you could do around Christmas in class. There
In
was other
class,
things, but making snowflakes by folding the paper and cutting it, that was like top tier kiddom.
Yeah, it was definitely up there. It was like that. And one of the things we did was we painted pine cones and then we put like plaster on them.
Yes,
And then we added like glitter and of course glitter.
Those
and,
were the best. And those are the ones that last longest, I find.
Yeah, my parents still have mine.
Really? You know what? I'm making my kids do that at Christmas this year. We're going to bring back the past. It's going to be Back to the Future this year.
I think I want to do that too. Like just the homemade ornaments was like really cool idea that like, let's
it
just get away
adds-
from the,
like you know what I always say, if you can attach a ornament to a memory on a Christmas tree, it's priceless, man.
it's priceless. Agreed.
It's
Yep.
priceless. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to write that down. We're going to do that.
Okay. Sounds good. It's a deal. We'll take pictures and, yeah. So Casey made a cardboard candy cane.
Yep.
Allison starts hanging up her cookies on the tree, goes to clean up a kitchen, and then they have a story. And we're already almost at the end here. This was like
Yeah.
a really fast special.
Yeah.
Before we get to the story, the elf hits the Jingle Bells and Finnegan, the little puppet dog and I love Finnegan in the opener, like, cause it's all animated in the theme song
Yeah.
and he's just super cute. And of course he notices it and it was great. But then they read the story about the forest mouse and the elf. Which I didn't know this story. I don't know if this is a Canadian story or just something from the book.
I've never heard it before.
Okay. So something they made up. There was a forest mouse who Santa came to his house every year because he would put like this big Christmas shiny star out of foil or something on top of his tree. And there was like this little lost elf. And so he uses the star as like a light to lead him home over the mountain. And he's worried he's not going to make it in time. And like when he gets the elf to safety and comes back, he finds that Santa's like decorated the whole Christmas tree.
Yeah. It's a cool little story, I guess.
Yeah. There was like nuts and berries or something. And
It's a little odd, but yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're a mouse, that's what you're going to decorate your tree with, right?
Yeah, I guess. You kind of what you can get your hands on or your mouth on, however it works for them.
That's right. If you think you're going to get ants with cookies, talk about nuts and berries for sure. And Finnegan, he brings his decoration, which is like a bone. He made like a little paper mache bone or something, and they hang that on. And then they all sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" because that's what you got to do when you end a Christmas special. And that was it.
Yeah.
We do have to say goodbye, but before we say goodbye, there's something else we'd like to say.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. Happy holidays, everybody.
This is great, man. I like this one. It's like
It was, man. I'm telling you, man. You know what? You should have lived in Canada. You should be a Canadian. We had better television. Not really. I'm just kidding. But you know what? We had Mr. Frickin' Rogers, and he was fantastic.
yeah, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dressup, they're all.
Oh, did
they're
I
great.
say Mr. Rogers?
You said Mr. Rogers, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
my
but I
bad.
know
We
what
had
you
Mr. Dressup. We get confused here too, guys. Don't worry. Us Canadians, we're not perfect.
No. I mean, none of us are, but we try. We try our best.
We try our best.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I really, it's so funny. Like I haven't, my day wasn't stressful by any means, but sitting down and watching it really centers me. So it's
Yeah.
like, it was a nice little reminder that Christmas is coming. It was like, oh, it's okay to be, anticipating Christmas. Cause this year I've taken real focus on, okay, don't wish time away when Christmas comes, it's going to come. Cause I used to just sit there all year long and be like, come on, Christmas, come on, Christmas. And then it would
Yeah.
come and I'd be
Yeah.
so sad. I'm like, I waited so long for this and it never lives up to the hype because you want too much out of it, right?
Well, I think that's the thing. We remember when we were little. And
Yeah.
because of that, it's like this huge thing, and it took forever. Just like we were talking about, time passes slowly. It
Yeah.
took forever, and then
Yeah.
finally Thanksgiving comes, and you're like, our Christmas is like right here.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, and today is Christmas in July, so I'm
Yeah.
really glad that we're talking about this right now.
Heck
But
yeah.
it's like I just let it come, and
Yeah.
I think
I've
you're-
been doing
yeah.
I've been doing that more this year. And this was one of those like little light reminders where I was like, yeah, you know what? Christmas is coming. I'm excited. And I needed that. And I didn't even realize it. So I was so happy to watch it. And again, I'm happy to be here with you because I love you.
I love you back, bro. So, what would you say is your happiest memory or moment with Mr. Dressup? So you can talk about this special in particular or just anything.
It would probably be Mr. Dressup going into his little trunk and chest all
Which
the
he didn't do
time.
in this, right? That was
No,
crazy.
he didn't. And he would always pull out something really freaking cool. That's probably my happiest memory of him. And just his voice, how he sounded, his cadence, the comfort he'd bring. It's all a package, and I miss him, and he's so friggin' missed, but at least we have these specials to look back on.
Right.
And he created a legacy, and not many people make the impact that he did, and I'm glad he did, and I'm glad people can enjoy it like we did today, 100 years from now, if possible.
Hopefully. I mean, I
Yeah.
imagine because he won like a bunch of awards and was, really recognized up there. I imagine that they would have to have kept some of these for, like some sort of national archive or something.
Yeah, I think they have they had a museum like in one of the CBC buildings, so they have the actual trunk there
That's cool.
that they can look at. Somebody told me that. I haven't seen it personally, but I'll believe their story.
Yeah. So well, it sounds good to me. So now we come, unfortunately, to my favorite part of the show, which is what I call Gag Me with the Spoon, where we do our best impression of our least favorite part of this episode here. As a guest, I'll let you go first. Just kind of set it up for us a little bit.
I always forget to do this, and then I'm put on the spot. And there's
Sorry.
nothing I didn't like about this, but gosh, I don't know. I can't think of anything to do. There wasn't
Yeah,
anything to dislike.
mine's the same, honestly. It's
What's
like not
yours?
even-
I'll think while you tell me yours.
So mine's Casey, and I don't think I can do Casey's voice, but I'll try. And they're talking about who left out the ornament. They're like, we still have one more ornament. This is right before they really reveal it's Finnegan's, and he goes, "Who else could it be? Could it be Finnegan?" I can't. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't think of anything I didn't. I should have prepared that one. I always forget you asked that question, and I know you like my impressions. So
They're great, man. They're the best.
sorry, bud. Next time I'll come more prepared.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. And this was one of those where it was really hard to find something because it was all like, yeah, some of it was corny, but also it was like so cozy at the
Yeah.
same time. It was
Yeah.
hard. It was really hard to pick something here. But G.I. Joe taught us that no one is half the battle. What do you think the other half is?
I would say the other half is knowing that when children come over for Christmas, child labor still exists, and you make them shovel snow.
That's right. Get to shoveling.
Get to shoveling now. I won't say the rest.
No,
Cut that.
definitely not. Definitely not. But that's better than mine. I just thought no one's half the battle. The other half was just wearing Argyle sweater vests because
Hell
that's what he
yeah.
was wearing.
Why not, man?
I was like, oh, Chandler Bing over here. CJ, always fun, always a pleasure. I love you.
I love
Tell me about
buddy.
your show, anything else you want to plug. What do you got coming up?
So I was supposed to put out a Leon Day episode. I'm going to be interviewing my kids, but we've been a little busy around here. So it's probably going to come out within the next week. So actually, this is Christmas in July, right? It'll be out
Yeah.
by the time you hear this. So go listen to it. When are you airing this?
On Christmas in July.
So that's July 25th.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it'll definitely be out by then, and we are, we're doing this the day before July 25th. Okay,
That's
So
right.
Don't ask questions. So yeah, but you can find me at the Roast Such a Clatter podcast, just like in the Santa Claus when he asks, "What's a roast such a clatter?" and he says, "No, they're a roast such a clatter." So you just Google it, you can find it, and if you can't, probably a little dense. You can find me on Instagram. That's a way to get viewers, just talk crap about it. Call them dumb. And then you can find me on Instagram at Roast Such Clatter Pod. That's about it, man. Like I'll be releasing an episode, I guess now July, and maybe August, but I'll be doing monthly episodes from September to December, plus my Christmas Eve episode. Not sure what we're going to do. We did a wonderful reading of Polar Express last year. My friend Dylan, Silly Dilly, he did the music and the background for it, and he edited it. He did such a good job. We're going to figure out something to do again this Christmas Eve, maybe involve some people from the Christmas Podcast Network.
Nice.
And instead of plugging myself some more, I'm going to plug Holidays After Dark today. Go listen to Kristen. She has a fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
And today I just got mail from her. She sent me a t-shirt for being on her podcast with some stickers. You can see the post on my Instagram. I'm so grateful to her. She was one of my favorite interviews I've done, besides my boy Jerry.
Hey.
She interviewed me on her podcast. So if you want to go listen to that, but listen to any episode she has. She's thoughtful. She does her research. She's well spoken. It's well edited. It's just a fantastic podcast. So if you don't want to listen to mine, go listen to a way nicer person in Kristen. And since I'm on Jerry's podcast, I'm normally promoting yours when I'm on other ones.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Go listen to Jerry. So I'm going to promote him again. Go listen to Jerry again after this episode. Go to the archives, listen, give him some listens. He's the hardest working guy.
Our Planes, Trains, and Automobiles episode is like still one of my all-time favorites.
That's one of that was really fun to do. Every time I can't remember a time I didn't have fun when we recorded something, but that one just felt good. The movie was good. The vibe was good. If you want to listen to a great episode, go listen to me, Jerry, and Anthony from Tis the Podcast reviewing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
It was so
you should just re-release it every Thanksgiving, or we should
I think I did last year.
You know what? We should do a watch along this year for it. I don't know if
yes.
We should do a watch along.
Oh, that'd be so good.
It'd be long, but it'd be fun. We could figure out a day.
Heck yeah, we would. I'd make it happen for that. That's so fun.
And they have it on Netflix
great movie.
now. So, at least in Canada, they have it. I know it differs in the States. So
yeah, I'll find it.
Yeah,
I might own it. I don't know, Amazon or something. You know how you own it and like you download it and you can just watch it wherever.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in physical media, but I also, things I really, really like, I've started to buy on, because I have YouTube Premium. So I'll buy it on YouTube, but only when it's a sale. Like I like getting I just got Top Gun Maverick for $4.99.
Oh, nice.
Can't go wrong. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Old movies like A Time to Kill, Tombstone, Forrest Gump. I got them all for, $4.99 on sale. The only thing I paid full price for, because I wanted access to it, was Polar Express. I paid $15 for it. Even though I have like 4 physical copies, like 2 steel books. Anyway, I'm talking too much. You want to go?
No, that's great. It's just, I was more like $15, man. Too rich for my blood.
Yeah, you know what? I was waiting because Christmas is coming up, so I'm super patient. I wait for deals, right?
Yeah.
It was like December, like middle of December. I'm like, this thing is not going on sale, and I want access to it as often as I want. I'm like, I'm just buying it.
Yeah.
So I splurged the $15 plus tax. 13% in friggin' Ontario, man. Come on now.
And I remember
purchase.
I remember buying like the Blu-rays and they were like $30 something, and you're just like, oh man.
And the 4Ks are like that now, but I will buy 4K.
4Ks are I mean it is good quality.
It's so funny you brought it up. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So on Facebook you have Marketplace. You guys have that out there, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a place near Niagara Falls called St. Catharines, and somebody has it for $20, 4K. So the next time I'm out there, I've got it on my watch list. If it's still available, I'm buying it in 4K as well because I have the Blu-ray, but I want 4K as well. But anyway, get me the hell out of here, Jerry. Tell me to shut up.
On that note, let me just say thanks again.
Yeah.
and I'll end it with, we do have to say goodbye, but before we say goodbye, there's something else we'd like to say. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year. And check us out on our social media pages, which you can find at linktree.com/totallyradchristmas. And if you're feeling like Finnegan, seeing the elf ornament ring the bells, leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us reach more people and spread some rad holiday cheer. Now, don't forget to check out our merch shop on tpublic.com and our super dope website, totallyradchristmas.com. Bye-bye. Later, dudes.
And then, as the little mouse was climbing back up his Christmas tree with his bright, shining star, something suddenly happened that he would long remember. For when the light of the star fell across his house in the forest, he saw nuts and seeds hanging in the trees and bushes where none had ever been before. And he knew at once that Santa Claus had not forgotten him, just as he had not forgotten to help the little elf, lost in the night of Christmas Eve, deep in the cold winter forest.